Okay, hi wonderful Pisces, gentle sweet Pisces. This is a little quickie reading for March 2017, okay? It's mostly focused on the heart, but you can treat it as a general. And we'll see what comes up. Dear Tarot, what do you want to tell us for Pisces for March? We do have a little eclipse coming up in Pisces at the end of February, which may be setting the tone a little bit for March, we'll see. But for now, we're just going to get into it. I've already shuffled the cards quite a lot before we started recording, but we just need to do a little bit more to make sure it's really crispy clear. I've been doing a lot of readings today, okay? So, here we go. Bear with me, there's not a lot of room here. Now, I don't do reverses, by the way, but sometimes people like to know what's on the bottom, because that's kind of like an energy that's underlying everything, simmering sort of at the unconscious level. It's very nice to have this, dear Chariot. It indicates that you've got things under control, you are taking charge, you are going to make stuff happen, and you're going to do it your way. You're taking charge out of all the emotions and primal energies that are pulling you forward, okay? Whether it's the shadowy side of things, the passions, the obsessions, the cravings, the desires, or whether it's the pure logic and the knowing of the heart. You've got it all under control. Everything's going to be fine, okay? What's around you in general is this. Now, isn't that sweet? Isn't that just lovely? It's the Nine of Discs. There she is, that lovely woman with her amazing falcon. Isn't that a beautiful creature? They were very special creatures. We don't see them much. I've seen them in person. They've come to visit me. But anyway, she's kind of got it all. And she's worked very, very hard to be there. And she's kind of enjoying it all. So that's a very nice theme and energy to carry with you into the month. Where you've been coming from? Well, okay, that's pretty serious. You've been getting things in order, possibly even having things put in order for you, or perhaps yourself coming to a realization that you need to bring some order and structure in a very formal way into your life. Get rid of any bullshit, any fantasies, anything that's basically fake or phony. We're going to do this properly. This energy overrides the bosses. This is the guy who overrides everything, okay? And these folks answer to this. It may be stuffy and old-fashioned, but it keeps a high sense of degree and order. That's what you've brought forward with you. So you must be doing something right. Where you are now is, well, this is the little old Six of Swords, about moving on, realizing it's okay to move on. Way, way up here. It's okay to move on. You've figured things out, okay, and you're going to be moving on, perhaps more in the way that you're anticipating or planning or conducting your life for this month, perhaps even thinking way beyond March, taking a long-term vision and realizing that, you know, we're going to move on. Now, this could be moving on in a relationship, in a job, in a home, in something very simple, in some of your ideas and your thoughts about how things are, how they should be, as opposed to the way they were. Because over the last year or two, there's been a lot of challenges for Pisces because of all the Saturn Neptune square. It's been very, very challenging. So a lot of clarity is starting to come through now in 2017, and you're going to be feeling it. And it should be very refreshing for you. Now remember, this isn't a love reading, but you can interpret that way if you want to. Oh, nice. Very nice, very sweet. What's coming up ahead for you, because of bringing discipline and order into your life and realizing that it's okay to move on, you can celebrate with your friends and your family and know that things are going to have a sense of stability, okay? And they're going to celebrate with you. They're glad to know you. They're glad to know you. These are your buddies, okay? This is the Four of Wands. This is action energy, and you've worked for that. You've earned it. You deserve it. So take a moment and celebrate, okay? That's what's coming up. Now, whatever challenges lie in here, or codes and creeds and contracts that you've made with yourself or others in here that you will hopefully, respect. What are you going to do with all that? The way to move forward. What is the way to move forward? You've already got all this, so you're really in a very good spot. So the challenge is, it's like when you're climbing a mountain. You've already done a very good job to get where you are, but there's the last peak. There's the last few steps to the peak, and sometimes those are the most challenging. So how would you deal with that? Okay, well, here we are. You're probably very familiar with this. A lot of folks who watch these channels know a lot about their cards already. This is when you're bound up and tied up in your own BS. Okay, a lot of shitty, crappy thoughts might be going through your head. Despite all this, you know you've got all this. You've created order. You've realized it's okay to move on. In fact, you've figured out that it's actually a good thing to move on. And let's be grateful, okay? However, lurking inside is a challenge that you might be a little scared to do that, because this is all so bountiful, this is so good, this is so harmonious and encouraging that you might actually feel a little bit overcharged, like too much bravado, and you're gulping a little bit, and that's okay. In a way, the normal interpretation here would be that you're strapped up and bound up in your own fears and thoughts, and all you have to do is shake it off and everything will be fine. Well, that's true, but we're kind of in a how are you going to move on kind of energy here, because you've got to get to these little castles, okay? You can get there. Yes, the landscape is treacherous, and you might be racked with thoughts of fear and stuff, like maybe you're being overly optimistic. Maybe it's all too good to be true. So my feeling with this is that the way to move forward is exercise caution. Be very, very cautious, and pay attention to any slightly uncomfortable ripples that might be going through your mind, and because it might be like your antenna giving you very sensitive little warning signs that despite the good fortune, you don't want to gloat, you don't want to just take it all for granted, you still need to be vigilant. And that goes for your heart. I don't have any cups here, but that would still go for your heart as well as anything to do with jobs, family, relationships, college, career, whatever it is you're up to. Now, surrounding you, wow, you're lucky. Wow, that's sweet. You got some love in your life. You probably know who it is and where it's coming from. And even if you're single, I don't know who's listening here, if you're a teenager or an adult or married or connected or whatever. In either condition, you've got a lot of love going on here, and you could even give yourself a big hug. But this is energy that's around you, so this might be someone around you who's bringing love to you, and it's a very sincere, very pure, and very true. Okay, so honestly, I didn't expect to see that, but it's very beautiful. You're very lucky. Well done, dear Pisces. So, don't be scared. Don't be scared. This is beautiful. You see this? This is beautiful. Over here we have like hopes and fears kind of a thing, like being worried about stuff. Perhaps again, in this hangman position with this fellow here, you might be deliberately taking a pause to assess your good fortune. Some of this is almost so good to be true that you might be thinking, whoa, I didn't even expect that or plan that. Even though I might have planned it, I didn't really expect that it would turn out this nice. So I'm going to take a pause here. I'm hoping that everything is this sweet. I hope that everything is this sweet. I'm a little scared in case it isn't, but let's keep going anyway. Where you end up is, oh my god, oh my gosh. This is turning into a love reading. I'm sorry, folks. I didn't plan it. I didn't make all this stuff up. Here it is. This is it, folks. This is what, I don't know who's watching it, but if it's, even if it's guys, you know, this is really sweet. I mean, you got this. You got, you got both of them. You got the both love cards. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. There's something really sweet going on in your love life, and you're very, very blessed. You might not believe it, but it's okay. You can hope to have that, and maybe you deserve it. Now, if this isn't a love reading for you, then it could mean that you're coming up to some epic decisions regarding this action here, and this good fortune here, and the consequences of making these important agreements here, and having celebrated. Now you've kind of come up to this big, ooh, oh my gosh moment, this big oops moment, like, holy shit, it's actually happening? Oh my god. Am I in? Am I out? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do this? Did somebody propose to you? Are you going to propose to somebody? Has someone got the hots for you? Ooh. I don't have any angel cards with me, but if I did, I would give you a qualifier for this one. If you want, you know what I'm going to do, just as I don't normally do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to put a little qualifier. I'm going to cheat first. I'm going to see if there's anything here that you need to know. Hold on. Okay, we got that, remember? Just hang in. Hold on. You're going to be fine. Oh, gosh. Pisces. Wow. I hope this made sense to you. I hope this is fun. I hope you get something out of it. And I don't know how to do all this stuff very fancy, but apparently you're supposed to subscribe and like. So do all that stuff, please. Thank you.